3, Necromunda. I've called this episode the Hive City Mistor, purely because that's where a campaign that I was writing for Minion and Croydon was taking place. Mistor is this planet not too far away from Necromunda itself, where basically the Imperium has left it in this decaying, ruinous state, and the campaign was designed so that basically an Alpha Legionnaire and a Death Guard Legionnaire had to go in and rescue someone, but they didn't know who. And I was doing it sort of like an open world RPG where the players could go through and interact with the different scenery bits and the different chests and things that were, laying about to find better loot. Basically, they started out as a start collecting marine where all they had was a bolter, and they found different items of loot raiding different chests, and it was a lot of fun. We had a lot of fun. We played, I wrote 3 missions for the intent for us to play 2, and we played those 2, and they had such fun that they wanted to play the 3rd, and I'd sort of got an idea of the 4th in mind, so we did that one as well. Now the 4th one, you can imagine, because I hadn't written stuff down, I hadn't managed to actually get the rules and the roll-offs and stuff all written down, so it was a little bit lacking, which was a shame, but at the same time they still enjoyed it. The story still still continued, which was great. The thing that happened was basically this Death Guard and Alpha Legionnaire at first had to fight against a guy called Frederick Ridgerunner, who was basically somebody they were trying to capture for some information, and they managed to find him, they managed to capture him, and they took his body with them on this adventure to try and find information out from him about killing the High Lord of Mistor, which they didn't know who it was going to be. And as we haven't done the campaign, I won't spoil who the character is. I'll just say that basically I'd planned it to link into the release of Heresy 2.0, and basically what the point was we were going to do the Legionary that they sent through. So Croydon sent obviously an Alpha Legionary, and Minion sent a Death Guard Legionary, and the point was going to be that the praetors of their new army was going to be this Legionary. Croydon called hers Silas Callistar, and I can't remember what Minion called his. All I know is it sounded something Death Guardy. Now, he did then decide he wanted to do Iron Warriors, which obviously caused a bit of an alteration halfway through, which was fine. I expect with Minion that he changes his mind about 7 times before he finally decides that he doesn't even want to paint the army anyway. So it does have a little bit about it when he comes to wanting to pick an army, and he never fully settles, I don't think, which is, it's just the way he is. He's the hobby butterfly. That's what I introduce him as to people. He's the hobby butterfly. He likes everything, wants to do everything all at once, but time just gets the better of him sometimes. So basically this Hive City, I painted up some Necromunda tiles for it. We were also going to do sort of a skirmish style gaming with it, which was I built these, I think it was I did it so that there was a 4x4's worth of Necromunda boards, but in reality the only things that have been painted is a 3x3's worth of Necromunda boards, which still goes together perfectly. It allows for smaller skirmish based games like Necromunda, and it allows us to have a board that is tucked away that we can use whenever. One beautiful thing about it is we've all picked a gang for Necromunda as well. It wasn't just this 30k campaign with this open world RPG style of playing. It was also going to be the basis for our Necromunda campaign, which was brilliant, because we'd planned to do the gang of our choosing. I'd chosen Goliath. No, I'd chosen Orlok. I originally wanted to do Goliath, but changed at the last minute. So I wanted to do Orlok. Minion chose to do the... which one did Minion choose to do? I can't remember off the top of my head. It'll come to me. Croydon chose to do the Van Sars. That was the one that she wanted to do. She wanted to do the futuristic looking ones, basically, that, you know, had all these futuristic weaponry and all the weapons that they can take, because she wanted to use those flying boards that the Van Sars can take, because, you know, they look cool. She wanted to do them like a Green Goblin style, which I thought would have been awesome, but we've just still sadly not got fully round to it. She is planning to do them, which is, you know, great, but at the same time, you know, she's not had chance yet. Aha, I've remembered. It was the Palanite Enforcers. That was what Minion wanted to do. Now, he wanted to do those because they're really, really cool. And two, he wanted to do something that was just a bit more high and mighty, which was nice, because obviously Necromunda's all about the lowest of the low in a Hive city, you know, and the Palanite Enforcers are, you know, essentially like the police, the ones that go in to keep the peace, and, you know, they do their own thing along with that. One thing that then came out was the Ash Waste set. Now, I was a huge fan of the terrain. That terrain to me was beautiful. So I got 2 sets of that, and it also helped that I was bulking out my Orlok set. Because obviously it comes with some vehicles, it comes with the hab blocks, and then some of the actual platforms, which I've bought extra ones to it. I've bought a couple of extended hab blocks. So, you know, we've got a 6x4's worth of this hab block terrain, which to me is absolutely beautiful. I love that terrain because it allows any of you, if you know me personally, you'll know that I like fighting battles that have different levels, you know, whether it be a building, whether it be bridges, whether it be, you know, something that they've got a bit extra on different levels. To me, it makes the game, you know, it makes it more immersive, that there's all these different levels of fighting. You know, if it's a bridge, like going through Warhammer Truro used to have one where it was a bridge going across the board, and you could have fights on the bridge and then obviously fights under the bridge, you know, it made it more like a 3D and 360 degree dynamic battle. So when Ash Waste came out, that was something that, you know, I added loads of that to it, just because, you know, I wanted something different, and it is definitely different terrain than anything Games Workshop's done before. One thing I did do is some of the sensor towers, I added some plastic rod to make them taller. One of them I thought was way too tall, and then realised that actually once I'd built the hab block and built a platform on top of the hab block, one of the extended ones, it actually made it fit quite nicely. So, you know, again, it's adding like that third layer, that third level to fight on, which, you know, I enjoy that, you know, and anyone who, as I say, knows me knows that I enjoy that. That then sort of, once I'd built that, it sort of diminished a little bit, the love and the enthusiasm for it. So one thing that we did after that was we looked at whether or not there was something, you know, we could do, because Heresy came out, new Heresy came out, and obviously Minion was drawn to that, as was Croydon. But I sort of stayed true to Necromunda to try and get stuff painted, just so I'd got something painted. And it was then that the Ironhead Squat Prospectors gang came out, and yeah, I just had to, you know, plastic squats. It was the first plastic squat release. Obviously now we've seen that there's the Leagues of Votann, which that's another video entirely for Minion and I to talk about. But the Ironhead Squat Prospectors gang just, to me, was like, right, I've got to do squats. So I've actually tried to shift my Orlok army, just purely because the squats are the thing that I'm going to try and do more of. I want to get a huge squat army, whether it's be for 40k or whether it be for Necromunda is yet to be decided. Again, I will talk about that in the Leagues of Votann video. But yeah, we managed to get this additional gang in the group, and you know, I've got all the books, we've got all the dice, so it's just getting the games in. But obviously Heresy's pulled everybody's attention, you know, and there is a secret project that we're all sort of working on as well, which we're hoping to reveal that by the end of the new year. Oh, sorry, by the end of this year, you know, by the end of 2022. So if you are listening to this in 2023, you probably know what it was, but, you know, don't time travel back to reveal it to anybody, please, I implore you. Alright, But yeah, no, so that's pretty much everything for Necromunda. You know, we've got a huge board, we've all got our own gang, we've got work to do on it, but at the same time, it's not going anywhere. You know, we've got the rules, we've got all the other things, and, you know, they're beautiful models, so we're all pretty content that we've got the models. We just need to get them finished. You know, my squats need spraying and, you know, painting. So that's pretty much everything for Necromunda. I'm gonna wrap it up here. One thing I will say is that the next episode that's going to be recorded is going to be all about the Aeronautica Imperialis. So that's something that we've taken to quite a lot. So yeah, stay tuned for that one, and I hope you have a good day, morning, evening, afternoon, whatever time you're listening to this. I hope you have a great day. We'll see you soon. Bye bye.